Yeah, it's a big difference. Big difference. I was just talking to Patrick. Obviously he's out with his thumb, and it just made me think about where I was last year. Talking to Jody. Obviously we played those guys last year, so just reflecting a little bit and coming into the gym and not wanting to shoot and not wanting to work out a year ago because I knew that my shoulder was hurt and not being able to do anything. So yeah, obviously I'm excited and feeling pretty good as I can get, and I'll take that for what it's worth, and try to go out there and put together some good performances. But all in all, obviously we're just focused on getting 4 wins.
Kyle was talking earlier about the professionalism on this roster and how it's going to help because grown-ups have been through things. Do you feel that as well?
Yeah, for sure. I think we got a mature team. I think aside from maybe OG, the rest of us are a little older. A lot of us have kids. Obviously, you add Kawhi, Mark, Danny, guys who have done it at a high level for a long time. Kyle's obviously an old guy. Um, Norm is 26, 27. So I think we got a pretty veteran team. You add Jody Meeks to the end of the roster too, and just gives you some more experience, some more level-headedness, and that professionalism that you mentioned. Just being able to come in, take care of your business, get prepared, and go out there and put together some good performances.
Kyle mentioned that you guys are mentally strong, and Nick was in here talking about how he wants things to be emotionally balanced. What do you think Nick has done over the course of the year to help you get that?
I think just probably just he's just easygoing. I think, and I spoke about this the other day, and I don't know if that's just his personality or that's the style of coaching he's chose to adapt. Is just he's been pretty easygoing, and he picks his spots when he wants to flip out on us, and it's been few and far between. But for the most part, he's been even killed and not getting too high during the wins and not getting too low. And sometimes we catch ourselves looking around, waiting to get yelled at or waiting for some guidance, and it's not always there. He lets us figure it out, and it's been good for us. So I think going into the postseason, obviously we'll tighten up. Things get a little tighter in terms of scouting, game plan, and just attention to details. But I think overall the mood has been pretty balanced, and that's the way that you want it.
What does the Nick Nurse look like?
He gets really red in the face, as you can imagine. His hair flips around a little bit. His voice starts to crack a little bit. He only got about 5 minutes of yelling in him before his voice goes out. So maybe that's why he doesn't yell a lot. His voice goes pretty fast.
Troy, what are your impressions of the Magic and what challenges you think they present to you?
Yeah, they've been a tough team all year. Obviously, they kicked our butts a couple times. They've been, I think, one of the top defensive teams in the league, throughout the year, and their offense has come on as of late. So obviously, we know what those guys bring to the table with DJ, and obviously we all know T. Ross. Saw him in action last night. Vucevic and the young guys that they have come along nicely, and Isaac and even Owandu, who's been a big piece for them. So. I think the addition of Michael Carter Williams as well off the bench gives them some stability. A guy who's played at a high level throughout his career, and they're just a tough team. So we have our work cut out for us, and we'll try to take these next 2 days to get prepared to go out there and do what we do.
Pascal, what are your impressions of Isaac?
What up?
What are your impressions
That's your
of
first question.
Isaac?
I think they have the team. In general, they have length and guys that are athletic and long and can defend a little bit and just be in the gaps with their hands and everything. So yeah, definitely a lot of length.
What did he? Have you seen his progression from earlier in the year to now? Like this last game, he seemed to be a real concern for everybody.
Not really. I didn't see the progression or anything. I don't know if I watched it enough to see the jump or anything like that. But I always knew that he's tall, he's athletic, he has length, so.
Are you looking forward to this playoff, given your role and your emergence on this team?
Yeah, for sure. It's exciting. It's everything that you kind of dream about, and just knowing that you're part of something special. And for me, it's just first playoff where you kind of know that you have a bigger role, and it's fun, it's exciting. That's what you play for.
I don't think anybody expected to get all nervous because you're
No, no. I, that's just me, man. It's basketball. It's basketball, and I always go out there and have fun and play the game that I love, and and that's just it's me waking up every day and doing what I love. It's like we play basketball at the end of the day.
You and Nick both mentioned the length of the match defenders, specifically the ones that will probably be on you, and you mentioned you maybe having to be a little patient with that. How do you walk the line between playing your game, which is pretty aggressive, and not overdoing it, and stepping in the trap?
It's just playing my game. I mean, it's just playing my game. I think I've had like enough games where I can kind of like look at things and see how people are guarding me to kind of like adjust and it'll be interesting to see what they come up with and the defenses and all that. But for me personally, it's just kind of understanding what works and just being myself. And I think when I'm myself, I can pretty much almost always get what I want.
What's the biggest difference you talk about?
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, man? Come on, man. You wanna come say hi? All right. Oh, okay.
The biggest difference across the
Hey, it's
board.
snowing, beloved.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you, my brother.
It's snowing out there.
It's snowing? For real?
Yeah.
Man, good to see you, man. It was a beautiful day, Thank you so much.
Well, I said what's up, too.
Hey, man, I got you.
The biggest difference across the board from a team standpoint going into the playoffs this year. Kyle talked about the maturity of the team, the high IQ and everything across the board. But is there anything else that you can put your finger on that makes this team different from last year?
Yeah, we have NBA champions on our roster. We have guys that understand this moment, and Mark that's played in big playoff games. We got a lot of experience, and also we got the youth to have guys that just go out there and give everything they have, bring the energy, and I think we have a good group of guys and guys that I think is just diverse and can do different things, and we definitely can match the ball against any team. So I think that's the type of group we have.
Nick had 22 or 23 different starting lineups this year. How does that play into how confident you guys are in terms of handling different lineups and anybody throws it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think I've played with like almost everyone, the whole year, and just being in different lineups and understanding what in this lineup, what we're looking for, and different things like that. That I don't think it's gonna like any matchup and any lineup that we have. We kind of like pretty much feel a little comfortable with each other, and I think that's good. That's good that we have that ability, and we can go out there on the fly and put any lineup that we feel like is the best.
Pascal, is there a pace of play you think suits you guys? Or do you think with this half court, full court, you guys will do well?
Yeah, I think we do well, both ways. We got guys that can run, and at the same time, half court, we got guys that can score the basketball and also defend. I think whether it's up and down. I mean, obviously we want to play fast because that's kind of how we play with the athletes that we have. But at the same time, we can slow it down too, and we have Mark on the post and different people that we can post up.
Kyle, what are your thoughts on the Magic matchup? I mean, they had your number in a few games this season. What challenges do they present?
They're long. They're really talented. They have an all-star center. They got a two-guard, and Evan Fournier is really talented. They got Terrence Ross, who's coming out, and he's been playing unbelievable. And they got a really steady point guard and DJ. They're a really talented team, and their length and the way they play defense and the way Steve Clifford, they're all defensive-minded team. So they're really talented, man. Really talented.
How are you guys different going into this postseason than others here?
I don't know. I think we're just, relaxed and everything's about the moment. We're not, no speeches, going about our stuff every day. Just nothing changes, just more preparation, understanding what's going on and who we're playing and who you're guarding. Everything else has kind of just been the same.
You have a bunch of older guys who've been through this before. That have to help at this stage?
For sure. I mean, we've had older guys before, and a couple years ago when we went further, we had an older group. But this group, we have guys, that's been there. We got a couple champions in our team, a couple guys that have been in Western and Eastern Conference Finals. Guys that have played high levels. So, it's no extra added stress. It's just like, yo, let's get to work and understanding who's guarding who and who you're guarding, situation, the plays, and all that stuff.
Where's your ankle at these days? I mean, you mentioned before.
Not even worried about it, man.
No.
Man, ain't no worry about that. Just going out there and do my job and play at the highest level I can play at. Lead my team as best I can lead them.
Do you feel a bit freer as a player with guys like Danny and Kawhi and Mark around you?
I think this year for me has been completely different in the sense of, I don't have to score 20 or I don't have to score. I can go out there and just, assist guys and, the leap that Pascal's taken. Kawhi being unbelievable, Mark being such a good player, and Danny, being who he is. It doesn't matter what I do, scoring wise, assist wise. My job is to go out there and lead with energy and passion. And it's been a different year for me, which has been fine. We're in a good place, and for me individually, it's about the wins and leading the team as best I can, and staying emotionally solid, staying even keel, and keeping everybody else even keel.
Better year, more freeing year?
Just a good year. Listen, nothing matters until now. Now this is what matters. The regular season, that it is what it is. We got to our point where we are. Now this is where things get a little bit different. And for me, my game isn't going to change. Just going to go out there and do my job and help us get wins.
From the previous playoffs, you personally, how have you prepared differently, or have you, for this year's playoffs and given the other roles and so forth?
I haven't done anything differently. I watch more film. I'll continue to work on my body and make sure I'm in the best health I can be in. Watch a lot of film and just stay focused and locked in on with every single possession. It's kind of like change too much what you're doing. You just go out there and do your job and just a little bit more focused. A little bit more locked in and getting more rest and watching a little bit more film and staying a little bit more quiet. You know what I mean? Staying out the way a lot more.
How big an adjustment was the change in your role this year when you look back to the beginning of the year to now?
I don't know if it was a change. I think it's just the emergence of Pascal. I think that kind of took a lot of it wasn't it wasn't a battle. It was shoot. P got a mismatch every night, and he's taking advantage of it. And for me, it's if they need me to score, I can score. And some nights we needed me to score, some nights he did. And I think that was just the team. Everyone, we had lineups in and out. Everything was always different. Everything was always up and down and in and out, and we just kind of figured it out. So for me, it was just every game just taking a different approach in whatever the game was needing me to do.
Kyle, what have you come to learn or appreciate about Nick as the season's going along as a first year head coach?
I think just kind of his demeanor. It's kind of been like hey, we'll come in, get our work in, go about our business, get in, get out, do this, blah, 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 figure it out as we go. And I think that's just been the difference. And, I think he's been very solid on just knowing what he's capable of doing and knowing what we're capable of doing as a team and not forcing anything.
Kyle, is this the strongest Raptors group that you've been to a playoff with in your time here?
What do you mean strongest? Like
Just
weightlifting wise? Weightlifting wise? Like weightlifting? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. You'll see. You don't know. You don't know what you have until you get to that moment and you get into the heated battles. Honestly, you don't know. So when you ask me this after a long playoff run, then I can say a difference.
You don't have a sense.
I don't have a sense. No, I'm sorry.
What about weightlifting?
Well, my bad. I think we're pretty. I don't know. I think we're pretty strong. I don't know. Chris Boucher kind of knocks everybody down. But he says he's stronger than Jordan, so that's all that matters. No, but it's cool, man. We have a fun team, and we're strong mentally. I think that's a big key for us. We're really strong mentally.
How have you guys changed since Mark arrived? How did he impact that?
Well, I think Mark is everyone looks at Mark and is this dominant post center back to the basket, and he's really just a really good playmaker. And that's where he's changed our team a lot. Is we're playing through him up top. He's trailing and hitting threes. He's a flow guy. He's not a, he's just in a rhythm. Whatever happens, he's trying to make the read quicker. Boom, 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 boom. Never like in a sense of hesitation.
He's also got that kind of demeanor that allowed him to fit in with the
He's a
group.
professional. He's a true professional, and that's where you can see like Mark is just. He's about this, and he's a true professional from day one.
and all the stuff he's been through, Olympic gold medal games.
I mean, he's a big time player, man. He's a big time basketball player. He's been doing this for a long time, and I said he's been truly professional, and I think that's a theme of our team. We got some real professionals out here. We got some real guys that are, they're true professionals, and they know their jobs and know what it takes to win and how to prepare.
You've made reference to Pascal a couple of times. At what point were you able to trust and go, this guy is, can be a one or two option?
I trusted him since the day he got here. To be honest with you, I mean, if you guys go back and look at the film, I was throwing the ball ahead like I was now, and them now, and I think throughout this summer he worked so hard, and he came back at camp, and it was just like light years of basketball, ball handling, shooting, confidence, and that's where it's not that I said, oh, he took it and he deserved it. You know what I mean? And the work he put in, he really truly, earned everything he's been getting and earned the most improved player. I think he'll win.
And previously going to the playoffs, generally it's been about you and Demar.
Yeah, it's nothing about me.
But I mean, is there a different dynamic now? Because obviously yourself, Kawhi, and then Pascal.
We got Mark, you got Dan. We have a good starting five where I think our starting five IQ is really, really high. And then Freddie coming off the bench and Serge being able and accepting the role of coming off the bench and being a productive player. And we have a really high IQ team, and I think that will help us long term. I think long term that's a benefit we'll have.
What do you think? What does Orlando present? What kind of difficulties do they present to you guys?
Well, I mean, first of all, they're playing very well, right? Very well coached. They've got some metrics that speak volumes about who they are, right? They don't turn the ball over. They don't give up transition baskets. They don't let you get offensive rebounds. They're very methodical in their offensive execution. They have an idea where they want it to go, and they get it there because of their execution. And they're long, man. They're long and athletic, and it's a good squad we're playing.
Kyle mentioned how steady you've been this year. I assume you don't want that to change, but what does change in the playoffs from a coaching perspective, from your day-to-day perspective?
I think it's just obviously the intensity goes up, and that translates to game to game, right? I think the ability to bounce back when there's a setback, the ability to not get too high if there isn't, and playing the same team over and over changes things a little bit. And one of the hardest things that I've noticed is that when you win a game, right, is to keep your edge and your level of energy as high as it needs to be, or if you have a good half and second, those kind of things, because the familiarity of it, and when you win, sometimes you think, well, we're going to roll out the same game plan again because it worked, and while they're making adjustments, and sometimes you're going to have to look at making some adjustments even though things went pretty well, just I think for the sake of it, because no two games are the same, right? So there's a little bit more, obviously a lot more strategy going on. There's a much more sense of urgency in how you do it. But I think back to your question and Kyle's comment is, we've tried really hard to maintain an emotional balance, a level balance this year, and it's supposed to be for this time of year, right?
Not even in between games, but during games, how much more strategical changes are there at this time of year versus during the regular season where you're, not changing up a whole lot?
Yeah, I think good question. I think there's a lot more, Eric. I don't put a percentage on it or quantify it, but it's it's a lot more, right? I think it's like a guy makes a bucket or two, and you're going to have to, in that next ATO or whatever, or next timeout, you're going to have to make a one thing. What are you going to do? You're either going to say, the coverage is right, we got to do it better, or the matchup's wrong, we got to switch the matchup, or the coverage is wrong, we got to switch the coverage. So there's lots of things to consider, and I think that those decisions come at you a lot faster, and you probably go ahead and make those a little bit more in the playoffs.
How much does Kawhi's presence contribute to that emotional balance?
Well, it's been he's about as balanced as you can get emotionally. So it's probably helped a little bit, but I guess we're going to find out now, right? I think this is another step with him we have to take. I think he's been a long ways in the playoffs a number of times. I think we know he's able to handle it, and we're looking for even more leadership and steadiness of demeanor and leadership of the other younger guys that are maybe haven't been in these situations before. But I'm also looking forward to watching him play in these playoffs. I think he's really feeling good about his body, and his mindset's really good too. I think there may be another gear we see here, and that's what we're looking for.
Well, last year Fred didn't play in the first because of the shoulder, and then wasn't himself when he did play. Do you sense he's got a big one coming, and he really wants to make an impact on this series?
Well, I think, Doug, I think the cards certainly lay out a lot better for him right now. And I think the capabilities are there. There's really no reason why not. But I also think that I'd probably say it like this: at some point in this playoffs, he's going to have a big one, or a few, or whatever. He's going to have an impact because that's what he is. He's an impactful guy that loves. The more seems like the more pressure there is, the more this guy plays smarter and tougher and better. So I think we'll see it at some point. But sometimes, Doug, and this is like again big picture stuff. Is some nights it's not a guy's night, or some series it's not the certain series don't fit guys or whatever. So we gotta wait and see how it all filters out. And again, it's a long kind of this balance line. Is if it doesn't go your way one night, then maybe it does the next. Or if it doesn't go in your series, it just isn't quite right for you. Maybe it is the next. So I again, that's what makes these playoffs great. I mean, there's somebody out there that's going to get the pinch hit double in the bottom of the eighth, right? That you weren't expecting them to do it, or bang in a couple threes, or make the big steal, or get the big block shot or something. And the good thing about it, somebody asked me this yesterday: who like off the bench, or which one of the role guys do you think will break out? And I said, geez, it could be any of them. Right? It could be any of them that just make in a small window make such a big impact in one game that could impact the whole series.
Nick, when you look at Terrence Ross, what do you see now from maybe the first time?
Yeah, well, I think you see a Terrence Ross playing at his peak right now. He is moving great. He is as confident as he can be, and no shot's too difficult. Right? It's the hard part about him is sometimes the harder you guard him, the more he makes. Right? I mean, the more covered he looks and those kind of things. So you could do a great job on him, and he still vaults up and finds a window to shoot it over you or between you or whatever. Man, he was really good last night, and he was good on Sunday, and he was really great against us one time here in Toronto. So he's been a huge impact for their team, really huge.
They've also given him all shots. He's
Yeah.
taking that Lou Williams role.
Yeah.
He's going to get the shots. That's got to be very freeing for a player.
Yeah, for sure, Doug. I think that's like, not only is that the green light, but that is the green light kind of, times 2 or 4, because the plays are coming for you. They're working extra hard to make sure the shots come to you. It isn't like, hey, if something comes along, take it. I mean, it's one after another, especially if he gets it going. So he can fill that role because he can really shoot, and he can vault up and shoot, and I don't think he backs away if he misses a couple. Right? It's a good role for a guy like that.
Nick, you talked about Kawhi, and maybe there's an extra gear out there. Do you expect to see more offensively, or defensively? Do you think he can be more impactful than night in, night out?
Well, I think there's kind of 3 areas that I would expect. I would expect, first of all, defensively. I would imagine he's gonna get to a place and find some opportunities to make plays. I always said that he's a rare guy that can make a play at the defensive end when he just decides, hey, I'm gonna figure out how to take the ball from somebody, right, or jump in a passing lane or whatever. He can do that. And then I think offensively as well, he's gonna do his thing. He's gonna look to score. But again, I also think that in crunch time and late game would be another area we'll see him shine.
Nick, how would you contrast the Kyle from the Kyle and DeMar era in the playoffs to the one you expect to see with this team?
Well, I think. Here's what I think about Kyle. I think his natural instincts are to play tough and lead, right? And maybe in the past we also needed him to do that and get 20. And I think the biggest difference is he's going to play tough and lead because that's who he is. He's competitive, and I think this team can win if he gets 4 or 34, right? So I don't think he's going into. I think he's going into this knowing that he's got to play like an all-star player because he can impact the game in so many ways, which is what makes him who he is. But I also don't think he feels the entire weight of having to do everything for us. And I think he feels more comfortable almost setting the table, moving it around, looking for the open man, hitting high numbers of assists, running the team, right? And again, making those huge plays. Like again, I still say I've never seen any guy that can make like 5 huge plays in a row, right? Steal the ball, steal the ball, hit a pull-up 3, go down, take a charge, come down, drive in, throw it in, just change a whole game in like 90 seconds sometimes. So, and that's who he is and how he plays, and I expect a good playoff performance from him because I think he's comfortable. I think with this team, he likes this team. He's comfortable in his role with this team.
Throughout the season, do you think he's done a good job of identifying those moments where you actually do need the 20 points or a few possessions offensively? You needed them that much, but when,
Yeah, I think the times, there's nothing really sticking out other than the days that Kawhi hasn't played. You can almost kind of see him start the game in a little bit different, aggressive offensive gear. So other than that, I think he's just been letting the game come to him, which again is a mature thought process that he's developed. Lets it come to him. Now we're still going to run our stuff for him, and we're going to try to get him involved late and get him his looks because he's a great shooter. We still want him to get his opportunities out there.
Last couple questions, guys.
How confident are you in Pascal being able to sort of translate the season success to the playoffs and not hesitate to play clock or just make the right play or just be a playmaker?
Yeah, I'm confident. The guy has showed very few dips in play all year long, right? This is an interesting team for him to play against. However, his matchups are long and quick, right? Usually he has some type of advantage, which is he can blow by him, a bigger 4 that's maybe not as good a feet, or they put a 3 on him and he goes over the top of them, right? These guys are long and quick, so he's gonna have to be a little, be patient. It's not going to come easy. It is the playoffs. Buckets are tough. You're going to play a little bit more physical maybe. But I'm not worried about that at all. He's been so consistent all year long in his play, like hardly any bad games, hardly any quiet games. And I think he's ready to go. I expect this to be a cool moment for him because, again, I just see almost weekly little steps up, and this is just we got another chance for him to continue to improve, and I see that happening.
Last question from Holly. Sorry. Can you think of a point this season, or maybe there wasn't, where you guys went from watching Pascal, seeing what he can do, and sort of shifting to, this is just what he's going to, like, this is just who he is now,
Not like a singular point, like there it is, But I think like you guys, we were all following it the same, right? It was wow, this kid's really playing good, and And I think we all were kind of in the back of our minds saying, well, we were getting a lot of, did we expect this? The questions, and we didn't, right? Really, not to the level. And then we're kind of all probably in the back of our minds wondering how long it was going to last, right? Then he'd take another huge step up and wow us again, right? What was your question again?
There was a point where you realized, where you sort of came to
No,
know you could depend on.
No, and again, I think probably after the new year, et cetera, we were still talking about him, and that's when I said, look, it looks like, he's made he's climbed up on a more solid ledge because of his consistency, and I probably after the new year when I said, man, he just kind of keeps doing it, and there's just no signs of it going away. So